My goodness, yesterday was so wet. It was so incredibly wet. So I put a cover over the pond because Deadpool, the mother axolotl, she's kind of floating at the top like she always does in her aquarium. But like she was so obvious here. Yeah, she was so obvious. So net over the top, and that was much better. Took off a lot of the duckweed as well because I mean there was literally that much. It was that deep on top of it, so it definitely didn't need that much. Duckweed always grows really well on axolotl aquariums, I find, because of the amount of nutrient waste that they produce in their poop packets. If you miss one and they manage to mush it in, it just goes into the water column, and duckweed, like it always does, it thrives on such things. But I'm just feeding them up here now, and I just wanted to give you a look at the setup that I've got here now, and my goodness, they're doing brilliant. I'm delighted. So still a pretty grey day. You can see here are some of those caves, and you can see that they're going all the way along there. There are lots of them, but you can see here's Mama, here's Deadpool, and she's just had 3 worms. Now that is awesome, because she never ever eats that much. Like, she is so difficult to feed. You know, she's had a hard old life, and she deserves the best, and she just doesn't eat that much. So she's after eating 3 worms, and that is awesome. There's a little bit, you might see a little bit of, that's actually, that's a little bit of just regular fish food. Some of the babies might eat a tiny amount of it, but it's actually to keep the colony of isopods and worms like that and everything fed with something wild, yeah, before there's any real waste being produced from the axolotl. I did see one little axolotl poop down here, and it's in there somewhere. I think she might have moved it away when she was swimming, but basically the axolotl poop, I spotted, has a couple of the tiny grains of sand in it that's in this as well, because the sand is so bright you could spot it in it. It passes through them so easily. But let me see if I can spot anybody here. Usually it doesn't take too much moving around in this setup to find some baby axolotl, because they are hiding in here. This is a really good nursery for them. There's one just down there, hiding them up in amongst the LED and the string algae, having a grand old time. And I've already given a dose of bloodworm into the system as well, just like a good few cubes spread out across the top, and they're down and around there for the baby axolotl to kind of munch on as well. The bigger ones will eat any of that stuff they come across as well, but it's working really well. I'm so happy with this. Now, because of the way yesterday went, I couldn't cut any wood outside, and I was a little bit limited. Now today is much cooler as like a summer day goes, and it's still at a perfect 16 degrees in here. So these guys are absolutely fine, and you know what, under no pressure, and whereas I'd normally have to have fans on and everything for them, this is just perfect. I'm really happy about this. So yeah, I'm gonna get some more worms into the system. I need to find the big guys and get them fed, and because I don't want just to leave the worms in, because there are loads of rock piles in here now, and some of those worms, they won't survive, and I don't want them breaking down the bigger ones underneath. That'll just go nasty. So I'll get the bigger guys found and fed, and yeah, I think this has just been, so far it's working out absolutely awesome. Delighted. Everybody's fed, everybody's happy, everybody's had as much as they want to eat. There are a couple of worms left over, so we'll hold on to those, and we're doing a bit of a water change now. The water in the pond, the chemistry in here is absolutely perfect at the moment. I'm really happy with this. A lot of fish, but super filtration here in the wetlands bog filter. So what I'm doing is I'm running a bit of a water change on this at the moment, because this is a nice warm body of water. It's still a bit over 16 degrees. So I'm actually pumping some of that water in here now at the moment at a slow rate. I'm going to top this back off, make sure, because the water coming out of the hose is a little bit cooler, and it won't shock the fish at all going into the big 5,000 litre body of water that they have, but it might drop the temperature here down by a degree or two, and I don't want to do that. So I'm actually topping up with clean water from the pond, which these guys have no issues with, because I've been doing some siphoning, and basically to siphon out this system, I'm basically just treating it like an aquarium. I'm using this stretch of garden hose here, and I was just starting to siphon, and I've done all this section here, and to clean underneath these bricks is actually super easy. Just a case of lifting one of these up, taking it aside, I can clean out underneath it, make sure everything is all right, and then I can just gently and carefully pop it back down and make sure that there's no axolotl in underneath. And you can see that water coming in there. The babies are absolutely everywhere. Like, I mean, I'm starting to get into being able to pick them out. You can just about see one in the center there. I'm starting to be able to pick them out. This lady here had 6 worms this morning. 6 worms. That's her all-time record. You can see here I didn't clean the string algae, and little Wankachings down here as well. So, oh no, it says ewes down there, and Wankaching and Popper gone off this way into the into the belly of the beast here now at the moment. They weren't as keen about me doing all my water changes and stuff like that as these guys here didn't mind. And actually, there's another baby right beside this one here. Oh, gone. I don't know if we got that on camera because it happened so quickly, but my goodness, these babies can move quick. They can move quick. I might move. I've got a couple of these guys kind of free floating around the pond here now at the moment. Newbie's not a petite, great little plant, and I can pop that down there, and that'll actually just enjoy that little bit of sunlight there. I'm just leaving it free floating for now. I'm not tying it down to anything. There's a couple of trailing roots, and that's all I can do, but I'll leave it be for now. But yeah, these guys are all doing awesome. I'm super happy about this. I'll wrap it up there for today. I think I'll come in and I'll do the rest of this liner as well. We'll get that all sorted and yeah, do a little bit more tidying up on this. But so far as the system goes, it's working out super. I'm really happy about the amount of space that these guys have. She's clearly in super form because she's after eating more than I've ever seen her eat in one go. And yeah, what I've done is I've just made a little bit of kind of free swimming space here for the guys and up around the back. So if they want to come out and just kind of get used to the light in the environment, that they can do. But these guys, like, she used to always hide down, or not hide, but she always used to float up the end of my office tank right beside a window. Actually, the last maybe 6 inches of that tank was beside a window, and she had no problems there. She didn't seem to mind it. If she wanted shelter or shade, she'd find it, but she doesn't mind it being a little bit brighter. And of course, when she wants to go for a snooze, she'll just move off and hide herself. And you can see there's ewes down there as well, and little Lipo, he's down there. Yeah, everybody's doing great. And I don't know if I got to show this kind of properly, but now that I've cleared some out, these are the slightly bigger rock piles that I've made. We'll see if we can just about see through here. So I've got big flat rocks, and they are on top. I can move this very carefully, of piles of bigger rocks that the big guys will not be able to eat. And again, I have that set up so that if I need to, and the little small guys can go in underneath there. There's no risk of it collapsing on top of them or anything like that. The big guys won't be able to push their way in underneath there. The good thing about those, that they're like at an aquarium. Sorry, I'm like Jack Duckworth here now at the moment. I broke my glasses. I need to get some screws. Usually I have screws for them. I just realised I've been going around this whole video with sellotape on my glasses. Yeah, I need to go to the I was going to say go to the aquarium and get some screws. My goodness, aquarium on the brain. I need to go to the optometrist and get some screws. We'll do that later. You know what? Glasses aren't a priority. Well, being able to see is kind of important. But Axolotl are a priority. That's it, guys. I'm gonna do some more work on this. I'm gonna get this into a tidier looking scenario. Get some of this all kind of squared off and cleaned off and stuff like that today, I think. And but I just wanted to make sure these guys were settling in well, having a good old feed. They've all got big roundy bellies on them now at the moment, and that's the main thing. But anyway, that's it. Talk to you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.